Deep Crates here, out on Saturday afternoon. Decided to hit up some garage sales. We found this one over here. Let's go check it out.
Come on over, Deep Crates.
Got some receivers, some other stuff, some CDs. How's it going, man?
I'm Chris. Good to see you again, man.
Chris, viewers at home, this is Chris.
Yeah.
We stumbled upon Chris today. We saw some garage sale signs, so we took a chance, took a turn down here. I see some records here, so we're gonna go through the records and
yeah, we got a lot of wild stuff. It goes back, kind of an eclectic mix, 70s, 80s, classic rock, a lot of trippy. You know, how else do I say? Stoner music. You know?
Stoner music.
Well, I lived in Gainesville. What can I say? I went to college there, and I bought a bunch of records when I was a student there. Got a bunch of them for free because I worked in the concert business, and you know, a lot of crazy stuff. Part of the problem, though, I know you guys came to check it out a little bit earlier. I had a flood, and most of my albums were like stuck together. The vinyl is still good, but the albums were like stuck. So.
Man, that sucks. I lost probably about 10 crates of records in a flood up in Jersey a long time ago. And yeah, you can go through and try and clean them and steam them apart, but...
That's what I was trying to do. I have a steamer back there.
Wow. So we even got more records back here. And before we even go back there, the sweetest thing I've seen...
Oh, I got a story on that. You want to know it?
WOLFMAN Jacks.
In a previous life, I was a lawyer. I practiced law for 24 years, and I'm still, you know, a member of the bar. I'm just not in active practice anymore, but I represented WOLFMAN Jack. That's a true story.
No way.
I did.
What was? Can you tell us the details of the case?
Yeah, I can. WOLFMAN had a club here in the Central Florida area. He didn't actually own it. It was called WOLFMAN Jack's Rock and Roll Palace, and his name was licensed to it, and we, my firm represented him because, quite candidly, they didn't pay him the money they were supposed to pay under the contract.
Wow.
And what happened then is that the owners of the club got in trouble, went to jail, and, you know, we never were able to collect anything.
So you never got anything?
We never got any money out of it.
And he just gave you his jacket as payment?
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, Wolf passed away a number of years ago. He passed away as the case was still going on, so his wife, who was named Lou, not Louisa, Lou Smith, and his name was Bob Smith. And she carried on the case in his behalf, but unfortunately, Wolf died. He was a very, very large man. He and I went out and ate sushi once on International Drive, and that guy could, I mean, you know, some people will just sort of nibble at the sushi. He would inhale it. It was a religious experience for him. He would just grab them and...
So did he talk like he used to?
His demeanor off camera is exactly the same.
Okay, cool.
He was WOLFMAN Jack 24/7.
Sweet.
So he was a great guy, and he lived up in North Carolina, up near the coast, up near Wilmington. They had a farm up there, he and Lou, and as far as I know, she's still up there. Wow. Great guy, and she still makes some money from, you know, sale of old things and memorabilia.
How much is the WOLFMAN jacket, sir?
Oh, I don't know. We'll probably have to talk about that off camera. I don't know. We'll work out a deal.
So we got some more records in here, but like Chris said, unfortunately there was a flood. So a lot of these...
Yeah, a lot of them are stuck together, but you know, there's some great music. That's the crazy thing. I mean, when I was in school, I ran this thing called Student Government Productions. We booked all the concerts at the University of Florida. Yeah, like Devo. And usually what would happen is that the record company reps would send us albums. So a lot of them, you'll see, even have the little stamp on it that says for promotional purposes only. So I kept all of those, and yeah, you found a wrestling magazine. That's something we have in common. We're both wrestling nuts.
Now you said you have more wrestling magazines?
I do, but they're not here. They're at another house where my children and their mother.
Look at the Nature Boy dropping that elbow.
Yeah, Nate is an interesting guy. He, you know, he sometimes wrestles as a babyface, sometimes as a heel, but the guy is ageless. It's amazing that he still goes out there and wrestles. Oh God, you want to talk about some juiced up? What is this, the Steroids Hall of Fame? You got Ultimate Warrior, Hogan, Sting, you know. Oh gosh. You know a sad thing to do? Okay, check out this page. Kurt Hennig and Hercules Hernandez. What do they both have in common? They died.
Dead?
Yeah. Same page right here. You go through these. It is kind of sad, too. You look at these old magazines, you see how many of these people are dead. Andre the Giant, well, you know, he died of natural causes, being a big guy. Oh, Miss Elizabeth. I mean, my gosh, not Miss Elizabeth. Nancy Sullivan, woman. Elizabeth died, too. But yeah, a woman. Yeah, Chris Benoit's wife. What a tragic story. Nikita Koloff, remember him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Became a born-again Christian. All right, I'm going to break, as we say, kayfabe. He's really an American guy. His name is, I want to say Steve Simpson. I'm not sure. I know, I'm not supposed to break that on.
Only on the Crate Show, getting the down and dirty.
Oh, I know.
Now, what were you telling me earlier? You know Gordon Solie or knew
Well,
Gordon
I knew
Solie?
Gordon. Yeah, he's been dead for 10 years. Yeah, it's weird. I've always been kind of like you, except I don't wear a mask. I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. Grew up in Florida. Used to watch championship wrestling from Florida on my black and white TV in the late 60s. So when I got to college at the University of Florida and I was running the concert program, we would do wrestling. Mainly because I was a wrestling nut and no one else on the staff liked it, but I did, so I was in charge of booked wrestling. So I got to know Gordon, and I got to know a bunch of other people in the front office there in Florida, like, I don't know, the Lester Welch family. You remember who Eddie Graham was?
Eddie Graham, Mike Graham's son.
Well, but, you know, Eddie Graham actually owned the company. It was actually, he was championship wrestling from Florida, and you know his story. He died, committed suicide, unfortunately, in, I think, 1984. But Gordon and I became friends, and even after I went to college and went to law school, and I did some legal work for him, and we just stayed friends a long time. And yeah, he went to my wedding in 19... And I have a picture.
Gordon Solie was at Chris's wedding.
Yes, he was. And I have proof.
It's not every day you stumble upon a garage sale with a guy as cool as Chris.
Yes. Gordon, now I had long hair. You can see I was basically your hippie lawyer back in 1994. That's my ex, and she's still a very lovely person, Barbara. But that's Gordon Solie. They were sitting right next to him. Right, and this was actually the rehearsal dinner the night before our wedding. That's Gordon. That's his wife, Smokey. Very sadly, and this is a lesson to all of you viewers who smoke cigarettes, they both died of lung cancer. Absolutely. Gordon, he didn't smoke cigarettes. He ate and breathed cigarettes. He had two vices, cigarettes and, you know, I'm not talking out of school here, he drank. He drank a lot. And I don't think if he were to live his life again, he would do it any differently. He was a wonderful guy, extraordinarily intelligent. His daughter, Pam Allen, is actually marketing a book about him.
Wow.
She and her husband, it's on the internet. But Gordon, an amazing man. Smokey was a terrific lady, but they both died of lung cancer. And anyway.
Terrible. Rest in peace, Gordon Solie. Anybody out there, my wrestling fans, Turtle Hands, you know Gordon Solie. So, just a couple little joints we picked up. One of my favorites to listen to and cry by myself, Joy Division.
Great band, great album.
Never saw the movie. Music from The Captive. But check that out. Kid Creole and the Coconuts. A Nectar. And the most interesting looking one, Nick Pascal, Magnetic Web. So we'll check that out. Chris has got some people looking at stuff, so we'll break for now. But big up to Chris for sharing his stories with us. What's going on, guys? Deep Crates here, back from a little digging trip. Came across some cool stuff today. Got a bunch of records here. Some really cool stuff. We'll go and take a listen to these in a little bit. 50-cent CDs. Yeah, no, I don't encourage the CDs, but hey, for 50 cents, I just throw them in the... So we got a bunch of those. That's pretty cool. And then this is a pretty cool find. The Vinyl Widow's been wanting one for a while. Oh, this fucker's heavy. We got a slot machine for 20 bucks. Pretty cool, huh? Deep Crates for the Crate Show. Help me carry this in, then we'll fuck with these records, alright? Let's go.